And welcome back. Time right now 5:46. For the first time in decades, visitors to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo will be able to see two of the most feared species of bears.
Two new grizzly bears, just a couple of years old, have just been moved from Montana to the zoo here in Colorado Springs. KKTV 11 News reporter Stephanie Ross joins us now. These two bears were safe from being put down, right?
Yeah, that's right. Both of these bears were being held in Montana, and if they didn't find a place to live soon, they would have been put to sleep. Now, but the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo just happened to be looking for a few for their new Rocky Mountain Wild exhibit. Check them out in this week's KK's Creatures. Emmett and Digger are both in the midst of their terrible twos. They fight like brothers, but they haven't known each other for long. Digger was separated from his mom in the wild by a bear trap, and Emmett was causing some major problems getting into trash and eventually a home in Montana. They were both brought here to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo just a few weeks ago.
It got to a point where they were having a hard time relocating them, and they were on deck to be euthanized if they didn't find a home quite soon for them.
And luckily, the zoo was looking for a couple of grizzlies for the new Rocky Mountain Wild exhibit.
It'll be more than just watching an animal. Hopefully there'll be a lot of education. Their lifestyle, how they live in the wild, how they catch fish, how they take care of themselves.
But the new exhibit doesn't open until next year, so Emmett and Digger still find ways to entertain themselves for the time being, causing trouble and showing off their sharp claws.
They're built to forage through trees and break pine boughs apart and pull bark off of trees. They're eating machines.
That can be dangerous to humans in the wrong situation. But here, people will be able to gaze on these ferocious furballs with the intimidating growls where you couldn't really see them before.
Extinct from Colorado, so we're excited to bring grizzly bears back to the Colorado mountains, even if it is in a controlled situation.
Emmett weighs 325 pounds right now. Digger, who's been in captivity a little longer, so he's a little fatter, is about 429 pounds. They will both grow to be about 800 pounds.
Say they're still babies,
They're
right?
still babies, so they're going to be trouble when they get to be a big size. And this is something that this is trivia that you probably won't know the answer to, but Emmett's name is kind of it's an interesting story behind how he got his name. Do you have any guesses?
Emmett Smith.
Emmett, no.
Can we have multiple choice?
Sure.
Okay.
And I can't think of any other Emmets other than Emmett Smith right now. Well, the actual,
that's a hard one.
Yeah, it is. It is a hard trivia question. But the real reason is because he broke into a house, and the little boy of the house, his name was Emmett. And so when the wildlife officials came to pick up the bear, he's like, well, what's his name? What's his name? And they're like, well, what's your name?
And you thought we'd be able to answer that question?
That's why I said you wouldn't know the answer to this question.
Like a bear
It's an
question.
interesting story.
Like, how much do bears weigh? Or?
Yeah.
I just told you that answer.
Well, then we would have gotten
I'll
it.
work on something for the next one.
The time now is 5:49. We'll be right back.